Hey guys, in this video we're making a knotted paracord skeleton. They're really simple to make. We've used square knots in the centre for the body and just some overhand knots on the arms and legs. For our design we need two 55cm lengths of paracord, and we've got a wooden bead we've drawn a skeleton face on. It does have a nice big hole, so it needs to have a hole big enough to fit 2 layers of paracord. Now taking one length of paracord, place the ends together, following it back down to the middle, and then placing this loop up through the bead. If you have problems threading the thicker cords through, then grab a thin piece of cord, threading it through that loop on the end, and then bringing those thinner threads up through the bead. You should be able to pull them through and pull the thicker cords through the bead as well. Once you've got your little loop through the top, then it's time to make our skeleton body. So using our second piece of paracord, we're going to start our square knots. So placing that cord underneath and in the centre. It's actually easier if we turn it upside down, and then we can work our way down to the arms. So for a square knot, bringing our left side cord around across to the right hand side, leaving a little loop there on the left. Then bringing the right side cord down over this other cord, gently passing it underneath to come up this loop on the left hand side. Pulling that first stitch tight. Now alternating our stitches for our square knot. So bringing the right side cord around across to the left, leaving our little loop there, then bringing this cord down over this other cord, passing it underneath to come up that loop on the right hand side, pulling that stitch tight. Now back to a left side stitch, and just repeating these alternate stitches until we've got about 4 or 5 stitches for our skeleton body. Now we can flip it back up the right way, and all that's left is to tie some simple overhand knots in the arms and legs for the bones on the skeleton. So bringing the cord around to form a loop, bringing the end through the loop, and you can sort of see we want to tie 2 knots on each limb, sort of makes it look like bones. So the arms should be shorter than the legs, and I tie one for the elbow and then one down on the end, pulling them nice and tight, and then 2 more overhand knots on this side as well, trying to pull them down nice and evenly with that first side. You can always untie and retie these knots until you're happy with them as well. Making sure they're pulled nice and tight, and then doing the same on the legs as well. Once you're happy with all your little knots in the arms and legs, then you can cut the ends off just outside those last knots and singe with a lighter so they don't fray. So there's your simple knotted paracord skeleton.